Okay, so welcome to our counseling session. My name is Megan, and quickly before we start, I just want to go over this informed consent with you. So you know what you're getting yourself into, understand my expectations, your expectations, just so we're on the same page. Does that sound okay? Okay. So just to quickly start off, I am a student here at the University of South Carolina in a communication skills class, so I'm learning how to effectively conduct counseling sessions with clients. So I am receiving supervision by my teacher and my peers. We're working together just to grow as counselors. So during our conversation, you can talk about anything you feel like you need to. You can disclose like real pressing issues or something a little bit less pressing, whatever you feel like you want to talk about. You're also welcome to leave at any point if you feel uncomfortable or you feel that this isn't something you're up to anymore. Um, and then I just quickly go into the fact that I am not a licensed counselor. I'm still simply just learning. So don't take anything I say as something a real counselor would say. I'm just still learning. It just kind of goes over the fact that what counseling is. It's usually a positive experience for people, but sometimes it can bring forward a few negative emotions. So same thing, if you just want to quit at any point, you're more than welcome to. The first few sessions are free for you, and then after that point, we can go into better pricing, or if I refer you to someone else, their pricing will also be a little bit separate. So again, that's just however the sessions roll out. So as I am still learning to be a counselor, I am recording these sessions so I can share them with my peers and my supervisor just to go over my techniques and hopefully learn from the skills. So just know that you're being recorded, but it is staying very confidential. And then just quickly, it talks about confidentiality. Like I just said, everything you say in here is confidential, except for a few circumstances where I feel like I would need to go talk to someone else about it. And those circumstances would just be if I feel like you're harming yourself or others, if there's abuse in the situation, or if I'm asked to present in front of a court. So just those few situations. There's a little part in the bottom that goes over an emergency contact if an emergency was to happen. We are not an emergency service as well, so if you feel that you are in an emergency, feel free to call 911 or those types of services. And then this is just for your signature, my contact information, also my supervisor's is at the bottom of the form. So does that sound all set?
Yep.
Perfect. So what's brought you in today? How are you feeling?
I feel okay. I just got off work and I'm kind of upset about my job. So I have been working since I was 15, so like 6 years now, and I've had multiple jobs, but my last job, I was a server at a restaurant, and so I got paid like $2.13 an hour or whatever. It's like the basic rate for a waitress. But then I made my tips, and it was nice because you claim like a percentage of your credit card tips, and you don't necessarily have to claim your cash and stuff like that.
Okay.
So now at my new job, they divvy out the tips from a tip pool, so it's not individualized. So they claim all of the tips, and I'm not really getting a paycheck, so it's just a lot less money I'm used to.
Yes. So it sounds like you're feeling a little bit more frustrated because you're not getting back what you're putting into your job kind of thing. Yeah. So did you care for your other job more? Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I really liked it, and I did like serving a lot. Now I'm cashiering kind of for like the food part of the brewery, so it's a lot less pressure, which I like. So I don't have to necessarily deal with customers like complaining to me because I'm not doing anything but taking the order. So that's nice, but I don't know. I also was at my last job for almost 3 years. So I was like the top of the heap there, and now I'm like new.
Yeah, and you were definitely
no one really likes me.
Right, you were more comfortable like in that environment. You've been there forever. When you're in a job for so long, you kind of get the hang of things, and you're in this sort of flow. And definitely going into a new job can be stressful and a different type of environment. So
to not be making more,
and
I was making is annoying too.
And like that's exactly why you have a job, to make money. So completely understand where you're coming from. How is the work environment that you're in now with like customers and people you're working with kind of thing?
It's a lot nicer. Like, the clientele is a lot nicer, so I like that. But just like I said, being new and stuff and not knowing everyone as well,
Right.
it's just kind of like, I had some of my best friends at my last job, so it's just weird to now go into work and just be like, well,
Right.
everyone's cool and stuff, but
yeah. Do you think you're going to adapt well in that environment? Like, maybe can you see yourself being potential friends with some of those people?
Yeah, probably.
In the long run?
It'll just take time, I guess, but I don't know if I'll stick around.
Right. So you are considering quitting, maybe?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I found out my friend just got a job hosting at a really, really nice restaurant in the Vista. So I'm thinking of going there tomorrow and just seeing if they're hiring still, because most really nice restaurants, they make you host for a couple months and then you can serve.
Right. So, I mean,
since I have experience.
Yeah, it sounds like you're really into the food and beverage business, and that's something like you do well in. So
I just like having immediate money.
Right. Yeah.
Because at the end of your shift, you get to take home your money.
Right. So. And like we said, that's exactly why you
Yeah.
have a job. Like, you need the money.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Would your friend potentially be able to help you maybe work into that new job?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Could she help with the interview process of it and like maybe setting up like a recommendation for you to get the
Probably
job?
When I fill out the application, I can put her as like a reference.
Yeah.
But,
so that's definitely something we're considering. Yeah. Cool. Is there anything else you're interested in when it comes to work? I know we talked about food and beverage, but
yeah, not right now, just because I am going to be going into grad school a week after I graduate.
Gotcha.
So I don't have time to get something full-time or like in regular hours of the day because I'm going to be in class. So it's just a lot easier to work at a restaurant.
It's definitely probably overwhelming too, having your school and your job in the same day. So being in the business you're in right now, you feel pretty comfortable handling and balancing everything? Okay, good. So, well, I'm glad to hear that you at least like your job and like you like the kind of environment that you're in. Maybe let's go back to your current job now. How's the management? Do you care for that?
They do a good job. It's just I was super close to my managers at my last job, and now my main manager is pretty distant.
Right.
Man, he's not interested in really like getting to know us and stuff like that. But at my old job, they like cared about your personal life and stuff. So it's just really different. Yeah.
He's more there just to like...
He's more of a hard ass kind of...
Yeah, be there for the job, like get X, Y, and Z done and get out of there.
Yeah, he doesn't really like small talk.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard environment to be in, like, no matter what you're doing. Especially, like, we just talked about a new work environment, so... what about the other managers?
We don't really interact with them.
It's just the one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you always have your shifts with the same kind of people, or do you get to meet new people?
We have a pretty small staff, just because it's still new and we all want to work. So, and we're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Gotcha. Well, that's good too.
It's nice to have 3 days off now.
Yeah, it's that end of the week. You can kind of switch from school mode to weekend mode and get into work. So, yeah. Are you still feeling comfortable with the job, or?
Yeah, I'm just debating. I guess I'll go see if the other place is hiring still.
Yeah, definitely.
And I might try to get that job and then work both for like a week or two.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
To compare. And then if I like the new one a lot better, I'll just leave.
Definitely. Yeah, or if the new one doesn't work out, you can stick with the old one and see how that one works. So
yeah. I know to never quit a job before having another one.
Definitely. That's good advice to give yourself. Okay, well, I think we did a really good job here today. I'll quickly just wrap up what we talked about, just so we're on the same page and moving forward. So, talked about your job for a while. We don't hate the job right now, but things could be better. I know money is like a huge thing when it comes to your priorities for why you have a job, and it's frustrating for you to have the job and not be receiving that immediate income. So, we talked about maybe looking for a possible new job, staying in the same field of food and beverage, because it sounds like you do really well in that. And if the new job works out better, that's great. And if it doesn't, we can always revert back to the old job. So does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I look forward to talking with you next time and seeing how it works out.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.